providing a dedicated and reliable service aimed at keeping you informed and up to date. This is Pilipinas Prime.
Necessary for the formulation and implementation of program activities and projects relevant to the national security and peace and order. So, Madam Chair, ito po yung nilalabag nun, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, rental of transport vehicles, rentals and incidental expenses, purchase of rental or supplies, 4.85, payment of rewards, uncover, prevent illegal activities, 4.87, others na authorized ng GAA, Madam Chair. So yun lang ang pinapayagan at wala po doon ang medical and food aid, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, sa next question ko po, sa date ng liquidation report, date na lang to date na lang ng liquidation report ng OVP, Madam Chair. Para sa period ng December 21 to 31, 2022, sinubmit ito noong January 10, 2023, but the certification date was January 10, 2022 at ninotarize ito ng January 16, 2023. Maaari po bang ipaliwanag ito ng OVP, Madam Chair?
Do you mean January 10, 2023?
Yeah, January 10, ninotarize ng January 16, 2023.
Yes.
Yeah.
Madam Vice President.
Madam Chair, I will forgo the opportunity to defend the OVP 2025 budget proposal by question and answer. I will leave it to the House of Representatives to decide on the 2025 budget.
Honorable Rosas, you may proceed.
Madam Chair, ayaw tayo sagutin, Madam Chair. Hindi ko maintindihan kung bakit tayo ayaw sagutin. Napakasimple po ng mga tanong natin. It is about dates. It is about confirming yung mga dates, Madam Chair. So ayaw tayo sagutin at sa harap ng publiko. Ang publiko po ay may karapatang malaman ito. Kaya po tayo nagka-question kaugnay dito, Madam Chair. This is about transparency and accountability, and it doesn't exempt the office of the Vice President, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair.
Yes, Madam Vice President.
She may not like my answer. She may not like how I answer. She may not like the content of my answer. But I am answering. I do not have to answer to her. If I want to answer to the people,
Yes, we note that, Madam Vice President.
If I want
You
to
may
answer to the people,
You may proceed, Honorable Rosas.
yes, Madam Chair.
Madam
We
Chair,
are
kailangan
already
pong
cooperating with the
At
Supreme
tama,
Court
Madam Chair,
cases
ang
and the
dokumentong
Commission on
ipinapasa sa
Audit.
opisyal ng gobyerno, Madam Chair. I believe yun po ang kailangan natin gawin. Sa isang simpleng mamamayan, kapag
Madam Chair,
nagkamali ka ng kahit isa sa
diba?
form na sasagutin,
Please wait
Madam
to be
Chair,
acknowledged. Yes, Honorable Rosas, please
yes,
proceed.
nagpapasa tayo
Diba,
ng application, kailangan tama ang
Kung
nakalagay,
hindi
Madam
na naman
Chair.
gusto kung paano
Ipapaulit sa'yo kapag nagkamali,
sumasagot
ganyan din ang
ako.
gobyerno.
Wait to be acknowledged,
Diba?
Madam Vice President. Isa-isa lang
Hindi
po tayo,
naman
tayo
pwedeng sabihin nyo na hindi ako sumasagot dahil hindi niya gusto yung sagot ko.
Yes, isa-isa lang po tayo magsasalita. So yes, Honorable Rosas.
Yes,
Please proceed and continue.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, kailan sinabit ng OVP ang liquidation report ng 2022 confidential fund sa Intelligence and Confidential Fund Audit Office ng Commission on Audit? Yan, Madam Chair, siguro naman masasagot tayo ng OVP, Madam Chair.
Madam Vice President.
I will forgo the opportunity to defend the OVP 2025 budget proposal. By question and answer, I will leave it to the House of Representatives to decide on the proposal.
Honorable Rosas. Proceed, please.
Yes, Madam Chair, simple questions of dates, Madam Chair, hindi na tayo sinasagot. I don't think so nasasagutin niya tayo sa iba pa. So, Madam Chair, let me run down my questions sa iba pa. Madam Chair, yung pagtanong ko sa kailan sinubmit, tapos kung kaya, ibig sabihin yung liquidation report na dated January 10, 2023, it was only submitted to ICFAO on September 18, 2023. And Madam Chair, pinroses ang confidential funds na ito noong 2022. Tatanungin ko rin sana kung aware ang OVP sa Joint Circular number 2015-01.
Kindly wind up.
And Madam Chair, for the record, kasi Madam Chair, ang nakalagay sa item 6.2.2.7 no, ng Joint Circular, all cash advances for CF, for the confidential fund, or intelligence fund shall be liquidated at year-end, Madam Chair. So yun po yung reason kung bakit natin tinatanong, kasi lumagpas. Ibig sabihin, hindi nagko-comply ang OVP sa deadline na nakalagay sa joint circular na dapat niliquidate na ang cash advance para sa confidential funds ng 2022 noong December 22 pa lamang, 2022 pa lamang. Yun po yung year-end niya. Pero nakita niyo naman January. So Madam Chair, those are simple questions na kayang-kayang sagutin ng OVP, but never na sinagot ng OVP, Madam Chair. So, Madam Chair, sana man lang kahit paligoy-ligoy, hindi sinagot talaga Madam Chair.
Right,
So,
time's up.
thank you, Madam Chair.
Next to interpolate is
Madam Chair,
yes.
Yes. Hindi po totoo yung sinasabi ni Representative Brosas na hindi ako sumagot. Hindi sumagot ang Office of the Vice President. We cooperated with the cases in the Supreme Court. There are 4 cases in the Supreme Court. And then we cooperated with all the audit actions of the Commission on Audit. Now, I will forgo the opportunity to defend the Office of the Vice President 2025 budget proposal by question and answer, and I will leave it to the House of Representatives to decide on that proposal.
Madam Chair, last lang, Madam Chair. This is a Congress, Madam
Matalista ka na
Chair.
lang sa round 2, Honorable Brosas.
Yes, sasabihin ko lang, Madam Chair, na proper forum ito para malaman natin ang lahat. This is a proper forum. Ang Kongreso po ang dapat nag-aalam niya. Thank you.
Right, so next to interpolate is the Honorable Micaela Angela Swansing.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, my line of questioning would be based on the different documents submitted by the Committee on, the Commission on Audit and Compliance to the subpoena duces tecum, as well as the accomplishment reports submitted by the Office of the Vice President. So, Madam Chair, I prepared a few slides for presentation to the committee. Madam Chair, may I request for the permission of this committee to show the slides on the screen?
Committee Secretary, kindly upload.
Madam Chair, given the volume of the documents, I have created this chart to summarize all the pertinent information with regard to all of these documents summarized across the different quarters. First, I would like to highlight the number of days by which the 125 million pesos was spent across the 4 quarters. In the first quarter, it was spent within 11 days. That is the period of December 21 to 31, 2022. For the first quarter of 2023, it was spent in 52 days between February and March, 67 days for Q2 2023, and 79 days for Q3 2023. And if you average that out, Madam Chair, as you can see there, we're looking at 11 million, 2 million, 1 million, and another 1 million for each of the quarters. And here, Madam Chair, I would like to now move to the highlights of the findings of the Commission on Audit. So here we will see, I've segmented the 125 million between the two. First is allowed in audit and either disallowed in audit or questioned in audit. So for the first quarter, for the fourth quarter of 2022, which is the subject of the notice of disallowance, we can see here, Madam Chair, that out of the 125 million pesos in confidential funds utilized from December 21 to 31, 2022, 73.287 million was disallowed in audit by the Commission on Audit, and I will give the Commission on Audit the time as well later to elaborate on that. And 51.7 million was disallowed in audit, rather allowed in audit. Here, Madam Chair, you would see that across the 3 succeeding quarters, while not yet or not subjected to the notice of disallowance, has already received the audit order memorandum with particular findings. So here, Madam Chair, you would see that on average, 53%, 49%, and 28% of the amount in question was questioned by COA in the succeeding AOM. So perhaps, Madam Chair, I will do that as well, divide it per day, just to contextualize it. So for the fourth quarter of 2022, 6.66 million pesos on average daily was disallowed in audit out of the 11.3 million pesos spent by the OVP between the period of December 21 to 31, 1.2 million in the next quarter, 925,000 in the next quarter, and 443,000 in the next quarter. So, Madam Chair, I will stop here for now and throw a question to COA, if I may, Madam Chair, to the Assistant Commissioner. May he please elaborate on the grounds for the fourth quarter of 2022 for the disallowance of the 73 million, which translates to 58.6% of the expenditure. May I ask COA as to the nature of the disallowance, and for the succeeding quarters, may we ask COA, Madam Chair, to elaborate on the nature of the issuance of the questions under the AOM. Thank you very much, Madam Chair.
Assistant Commissioner Juliano, you have the floor, sir.
Madam Chair, may I be allowed to explain the reason of my presence in this budget hearing?
Yes, please
This
proceed.
is in connection with the invitation of Honorable Elizalde to our chairperson, Gamaliel Cordova, who is now attending a Senate hearing on the revised audit code of the Philippines. And he instructed me to represent him in relation to the subpoena duces tecum issued by the Committee on Appropriations. I would like to explain that we have a dedicated office that is the Intelligence and Confidential Fund Audit Unit that exclusively audits the Intelligence and Confidential Fund. It is not revealed to any other office, even my office. I am overseeing the special services sector and local government audit sector. Thus, I could not give you the details or the specifics about the audit of the disallowance, and we already submitted our compliance with the committee, and I'm not the proper person to explain the details of the notice of disallowance. Thank you.
Honorable Swansing.
Madam Chair, the reasons behind these disallowances and the questions under the AOM are detailed in the notice of disallowances and the AOM. So in the absence of a response from COA, may I quickly highlight, Madam Chair, the highlights of the different documents?
Please proceed.
Thank you, Madam Chair. For the notice of disallowances, the nature pertain in the non-compliance with item 4.8.5B of Joint Circular number 2015-01, which is the non-submission of documents evidencing success of information gathering and or surveillance activities. And for the others, Madam Chair, COA did not allow the inclusion of rewards of various goods as supplies, as indicated in the menu category. And that is actually, Madam Chair, very similar across the board. You would see that the AOMs have a very similar nature in terms of the questions posed by COA. It really pertains on the same issues at hand. If I may request COMSEC to please move to the next slide.
Yes, but you have 30 seconds left.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I will wrap up.
Yes, please.
Slide 3, please. Pakilakihan, please, COMSEC. Here, Madam Chair, as you would see across the board for every single one of the quarters in question, there seems to be a pattern, Madam Chair. Here you can see that the categories are the same in terms of expenditure across the different quarters, which makes sense given that there's a menu within the joint circular for the different categories through which the confidential funds may be utilized. But two things, Madam Chair, that I would like to highlight here. Given that there are differing number of surveillance areas for each of the different periods and the number of days, even though, for example,
Kindly wrap up.
sorry, Madam Chair, my laptop is freezing. Madam Chair, regardless of whether or not the number of areas surveillanced is 111 or the upper bound, which is 132, the pattern of spending seems to be the same across the different quarters. And also the line items questioned by COA in terms of, as you can see here, the ones in orange are the same. It's with regard to the payment of rewards, the provision of medical and food aid, and the payment of incentives and traveling relative to the confidential operation. So, Madam Chair, in this very heavy slide, all I would like to highlight is there seems to be a pattern. There's a pattern in terms of expenditure, regardless of the amount of work entailed, and the pattern as well in terms of questionable categories on the part of COA seems to be the same as well. And Madam Chair, just to close, last na talaga, Madam Chair, next slide. Next slide as well. ComSec, next slide, please. Madam Chair, just to highlight, in peso terms, in terms of percentages, in terms of the notice of disallowance for Q4 2022, siguro po mahalaga for us to contextualize it in terms of peso terms. So for Q4 2022, dun po sa pinag-usapan natin na 125 million pesos in confidential funds na nagastos po in 11 days. Sa bawat 10 piso po na ipinagkatiwala po ng taong bayan sa Office of the Vice President patungkol po dito sa confidential funds, 6 na piso po. 6 na piso sa 10 piso. Yung sa palagay po ng COA ay nagastos sa hindi tamang paraan. So, mahalaga po, Madam Chair, na makita po yon sa ganong konteksto. And looking at the percentages, it seems to be the same in the succeeding quarters. I would not preempt it given that the audit is still ongoing. But in Q1 2023, that's 5 pesos out of 10 pesos. For Q2 2023, that's 5 pesos as well out of 10 pesos. At sa Q3 2023 ay 3 piso sa 10 piso. So ganun po, Madam Chair, it's important to ask for accountability given the oversight functions of the House as well. Aside from scrutinizing the budget, making sure that we put the right budget where they're needed. It's also the responsibility of the House to exercise oversight and ask for accountability. So, Madam Chair, yun lang po. Gusto lang po natin siguraduhin na nagagastos po sa tama yung kaban ng bayan. Maraming salamat po.